Got a lot going on in this video today. It's a little jumbled, but it was a fun week. Had a couple of trips to events at Disney. One was the leadership event with Josh D'Amora. We had some filming for the holiday special coming up. We got to sit in on some of the numbers that are going to be used in the Christmas special on Disney, so the Wonderful World of Disney. Did some repair on my driveway, and we talked a little bit about how the grass is progressing. But lots and fun stuff that I got accomplished around the homestead this week. As usual, if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button, like, comment. It really helps. Trying to build this place up. But again, we're going bright. Thanks for tuning in to Going Bright. For those that don't know, Going Bright is actually a theatrical term. Not only do I have a degree in computer information systems, but I also have a degree in technical theater, actually. And Going Bright is a call that you would hear within the theater area when all of the house lights and everything's going to come up so that you don't blind people. The flip side of that is you would call that going dark when all of a sudden the house is going to be, or the stage would be plunged into darkness. But since I like living in the light, I chose Going Bright for this channel name. Anyway, good bit of trivia. If you like that, go ahead and click subscribe and hit like, ask me questions, comment on anything's going on, whether it's about the filming at Disney or the leadership conference or what have you about doing homestead. The main purpose of the channel, of course, has always been the difference between what it's like to live in California and living out here in beautiful sunny Florida. Anyway, take care. God bless. And in case you needed to get your dose of Thor, hi Thor, where's your belly? Where's your belly? You were just showing it to me. Yeah. Anyway, must be nice to be a cat, just kind of lounge around all day. So, today's project is going to be putting some hooks for tie downs. Looks like I have a good hole there, but none of the other holes line up, and that's about where I want it on the front of the tractor here. So, I'm going to have to drill a hole. So we'll pop a hole in there, and we'll get this bolted up, and Saturday, when I need to tie the tractor down on the trailer, I'll be able to do it with some nice hard tie downs instead of using the straps. The straps were getting kind of frayed, and I was a little worried about their strength and durability, so we're going with chains. So this all went really well until my 1/2-inch drill bit was kind of messed up. So what I'm going to try, it doesn't want to focus on that. Focus, there we go. This is a 1/2-inch tap. So hopefully what I can do is tap the hole, and then that'll remove, well, half the material, and then I'll drill it out the rest of the way. But my 1/2-inch drill bits are just toast. I get about that far and my bolt just doesn't quite make it. So I'm thinking if I just tap that, I should be able to drill it out. I don't know what's up with my 1/2-inch bits, but they're all junk. Alright, now that I got that threaded in, run it all the way down just to make sure I got the cleanest hole. Didn't really check to see if this was going to be the same thread pattern I had on the bolt. Didn't really care. Kind of that Emperor's New Groove. Don't know, don't care. This will be way easier if I do this, I think. There we go. Alright. It might be, and I've lost my bolt. Use the other one. Might be that just threads in there. Ooh, it does. Okay, but see, that won't work because of the shoulder. So now, what we want to do is take our garbage 1/2-inch bolt, or drill bit. Of course it doesn't. Let's try a different bit. Check back later. Well, after much fighting, and I think I've given up on the 2 drill bits. Finally got it in though. Managed. Never mind how. It just worked. Don't want
just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking upon the fireplace. Santa Claus will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. I don't want a lot this Christmas. I won't even wish for snow. I just gotta keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe. I'm gonna make a list and send it to the North Pole for singing. Sail away, go those magic reindeer play. I just want you here to go. What more can I do? All I want for Christmas is you, baby. All the lights shining so brightly everywhere. And the sound of children laughing fills the air. And everyone is singing. I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby with me? I'll bring my baby back. I don't want a lot this Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just wanna see my baby hanging right outside my door. I just want you for my heart, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. All I want for Christmas is you.
Thank you so much, Hollywood Studios. We are Slay. We'll be back later with some more tunes. Merry Christmas, happy holidays!
Yeah, just a little desk repair. Got to resolder that in. There. A lot better. I got a little bit of trail cleanup here. Got some just miscellaneous stuff. Got a tree down here. A limb here and there. I mean, back in California I would have thought, oh my gosh, I lost a huge tree. But yeah, this is an older oak. Looks like it's been dead for a while. Broke off of right about there. So we'll get it cleaned up, hauled off. Just trying to get some of the debris out of here so you can hike through here. It's a beautiful morning here. In the 60s today. So those that think that Florida's all full of heat, humidity, and mosquitoes, mosquito season's kind of past. As it cools down, they don't like it out here too much. But just spending a little bit of time in nature this morning. All right, well, just another small load. Cleaning up around the tree stand up here. I don't know if you can see that in there. Somewhere in all that is a tree stand. We'll get this hauled over the burn pile. And yeah, back to work. So I've been clearing some of the downed trees and limbs and such in this area. This is a root ball there. That tree kind of extended that way. And then coming around this way on the trail, that right there is a root ball. That tree had come across the trail here. And there were a few logs off in that area Still a bunch of debris, but I got to get through and rake that. It's actually a down tree right there. The root ball of it and the trunk going out. Kind of away from us. So that's what that guy's story is. I think when I come back to clean up this palmetto, I'll deal with that one there. But as of right now, got a little bit of stuff in the farm truck. Not bad for a lunch break. So I'm going to go around and get this dumped and join my afternoon meetings. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the area I'm working in here is just a little down from where we saw the coyote and that bobcat on video. Excuse me. Drinking a little bit of water and it got kind of messed up in my throat there. I will say this time of year, it's coming up on Thanksgiving. Really thankful for all that God's blessed us with. But it's a lot nicer to work out here. The mosquitoes aren't around. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I'm not having to drink nearly as much water, not sweating as much. So that's all good. Makes for much more productive and fun work. For those wondering, the farm truck here will haul about as much as my pickup in the bed, that is. So it'll haul about a half ton of just miscellaneous stuff, which is actually pretty cool. So I haven't yet overloaded this thing with debris and trash, but I'm not trying to haul rock and dirt. It kind of would filter through the bed where the hinge is, where you can switch it from 2 to 3. But anyway, picked up this stainless steel cabinet at work. They were throwing it away, well, selling it for cheap. It's about a $1,500 cabinet. I got it for, it's upside down, but 15 bucks. But it works perfect to stow the 3-point setup in. The reason why it was cheap is this bend here. When I read square from the lower corner here up to there, it's 45 inches. And when I read from this corner up to this corner, it's 47 inches. So it kind of teeters a little bit. You can see a little bit of the bend check there. So at some point, once we get the shop, I'll probably spend some time and figure out how to re-square that. But for now, it makes a great place to store the 3-point hitch. Now I can get the backhoe parts back on there. So I can do my work this weekend with the church. So we'll be back out at Fort Myers. Got about, I guess, 10 pine trees to take down. I'm going to see if I can backhoe around them and push them over, and then buck them and slash them as opposed to trying to cut it and leave the stumps. But we'll see how it all turns out. We got guys working up the trees. Guys working over here. Got folks everywhere. Lots going on here. We got about 17 folks. I don't think he made his cut good enough of a pie. He'll get it. Well, I'm going to try and record this one in the office here. Give some context to that last clip. That tree that they were cutting down, some may realize and know that in its proper term, which is a widowmaker,
of the type, because the branch had, or the trunk had split, but was not on the ground. So it was hanging in the air. So the gentleman that was cutting that tree trunk, he was a volunteer. He was not a professional. The professional guy, you could tell, was with the climbing gear with ropes up on the one tree near the house, cutting that one down. But anyway, to give some context to what happened with my accident, as much as I can remember and the mechanism I have, I had pulled my backhoe around on the low side of this tree. Probably didn't communicate well enough with the gentleman with the chainsaw, but we wanted to get his chainsaw unstuck. It was bound in the tree. So I backed up to it, put the outriggers down, got everything secured, and pushed up on the tree, which freed up the chainsaw. But it's at this point that I don't really have a good memory of what went on. I think what happened is the gentleman then, with the chainsaw freed and me putting pressure, he finished his cut. And that whole section of the tree and whatnot was really leaning towards my tractor. And when he finished the cut, I think it broke free and hit the ROPS, rollover protection, and this side of my face and across. And as it did that, it must have hit my shoulder and pulled me off the tractor to my right. It's not a big tractor, but that fall would have been pretty far. There's the stick control column that would have been between my legs. So my left leg probably got hung up somewhere in that and the seat as I got dismounted from the tractor. Based on the mechanism of injury from my arm, I don't know if I can get my arm up. No, not going to happen. It's mostly purple anyway. But I probably put my arm out to brace my fall, as is a natural, and hit my ribs on who knows what as I came down. So I broke the second, fourth through eighth ribs were fractured on my right side, and two of my ribs on my left side were fractured. My foot, being entangled as I went over the controls, probably had a fracture and a torn ligament, which they kind of bolted back together, so I can't put weight on that. But I don't know that it was anybody's fault in particular, other than I should have been really clear when I came up that we're getting your saw unstuck and I'm getting out of the way because this tree's a widowmaker and it's unsafe. Thankfully, it didn't make Karen a widow. But for the most part, I think we got well. The next thing I remembered was being on the gurney. Still need to find out where they flew me out of. They put me in a helicopter and flew me the 10 minutes from where the house was over to the trauma center where they treated me in ICU for a while. But it's a long-winded way of saying it's kind of what happened, I think. based on the injuries I have and what I see. So back to the story with me probably repeating a lot of this in the hospital. Well, I'm going to try and see what I can do to tell you all about what happened here. Still recovering. It's Friday. Everything that happened has been since Saturday. So I was working some relief effort in Fort Myers area with my church and had a mishap. I was on the tractor. A lot of hindsight as I look back on what went on. And I'll see if I can get into some of that. But this segment is mostly on my health. So I experienced head trauma. Got hit in the head with a tree. Pretty good sized one too. I think when the tree hit, I fell out of the seat, which the tractor was operating in backhoe mode. So I fell a pretty good distance down. Thought somebody might be coming in to check on me. Folks are coming in constantly here, nursing staff and so forth. They do a pretty good job here. I'm at, can't remember the name of the hospital out here. Big trauma center here. Got life flighted in. They thought my head trauma might have been problematic, so they flew me in. Didn't get to enjoy most of that because I didn't see any of it. Got into ICU, spent most of Saturday there, and got mostly situated in here. Then I've been trying to spend the rest of the week sleeping, recovering, figuring out how much my rib injuries are. So I broke ribs on both sides, mostly on my right side, a couple on my left. At the moment, the rib trauma is what's probably causing me the most pain. But it is what it is. So Anna, gal who helped me buy this tractor, kept reminding me that it comes with a seatbelt. I don't know if wearing the seatbelt would have helped much, but it may have kept me from falling out and may have kept me from injuring my right arm and my ribs as much as I did. I think the bulk of those injuries came from the tumble from the tractor to the ground. So, anyway, that's this part of the story. See if I can get you some more on what happened and what to do to keep things from happening in the future when you help out with friends. I'm going to go back to resting.